Panini does. They do things different, better than anybody. Maybe if somebody wants to open theirs up, and then I could look and see what it looks like.
I think Todd should have to open his up because
I want to keep mine in mint condition.
I don't know.
I mean,
I love
You don't have
keep
to
it
do
in the
nothing,
plastic.
Todd.
you don't. I mean, that's
Something extraordinary is happening, and most people still don't grasp how big it really is. An $85 product sells out at Target in hours. A major collectibles company's website crashes under pre-order demand. A national TV host opens a box on live television and instinctively says, "Don't open it, keep it sealed." Why? Because the name on that product isn't just valuable, it's becoming historic. That name is Caitlin Clark. And here's the part that should stop everyone in their tracks. This is happening in December during the offseason, when she hasn't played a single professional game in months. No highlights, no buzzer beaters, no viral moments. Just her name, and it's still dominating the market. Now zoom out even further. The WNBA is staring down a potential labor strike. Players are threatening to sit out the 2025 season over pay and revenue disputes. The league should be consumed by negotiations and uncertainty. Instead, the biggest story breaking through mainstream sports media isn't about teams, contracts, or collective bargaining. It's about one player's trading cards outshining the entire league. That contrast isn't coincidence. It's a warning and a revelation about where the real power in women's basketball now lives.
No, it's meant to be open.
Open and looked at.
No, it's meant to be open, looked at. But I'm going to keep mine wrapped.
I'm going to keep mine wrapped too, since I'm getting a pie in the face.
Right.
So this is it right here. So he goes on to talk.
Practice safe card collecting.
That's smart.
All right.
Smart.
Okay.
Wait, how much time is left?
What are your thoughts on her form here at the? You might as well critique it while we're doing it.
This Doug Gottlieb's the one that said that she needs to.
It's not
change.
great. It's not great.
That is.
Take a closer look at what Panini actually put into this release. 32 cards in total, 4 cards per pack, 8 packs per box. And then, the real statement. 50 different cards featuring Caitlin Clark in her Indiana Fever uniform, plus 10 lifestyle cards highlighting her off the court. On top of that, there are autograph variations, ultra-rare color blast inserts, and even her Time magazine cover, the same one that crowned her the face of women's basketball before she ever logged a professional minute. This isn't a typical rookie rollout. This is Panini treating a second-year WNBA player like a fully established global star with crossover appeal. They're packaging her the same way they would LeBron James or Steph Curry, and the market reacted exactly as expected. The $85 price tag didn't slow demand at all. Limited supply only fueled urgency. Now collectors who've never watched a single WNBA game are scrambling for sealed boxes, not as fans, but as investors who recognize real value when it appears.
25, Caitlin Clark, 100 card set, including 50 Caitlin Clark WNBA and 10 Caitlin Clark lifestyles, featuring 4 cards per pack, 8 packs per unit, for a total of 32 cards. Looking for the exclusive green halo, the green laser parallels. Look for autographs and the ultra rare color blast. Insert one exclusive keepsake highlighting the career of Caitlin Clark. They definitely on their job with getting Caitlin Clark pretty much back in the headlines, bruh. So this is it here, y'all. This is it. This is the cover here. That's hard. 32 trading cards, autographs. My thing is, how many of these will be available? Like, is it a limited supply of these? Like, how they going about this?
Sophie Cunningham just said what many players and fans have been thinking but were unwilling to say publicly. Caitlin Clark is the face of the WNBA right now, not Sabrina Ionescu. Not a rotating group of stars, Caitlin Clark. Cunningham went even further, bluntly stating that anyone who believes the league would be in its current position without Clark is dumb as shit. Strong words, but they carry weight because they came from a competitor, not a fan. This is someone who faced Clark, lost to the Fever in the playoffs, and had every reason to downplay her impact, yet didn't. This debate has divided WNBA fans since April. One side points to the data. Television ratings, attendance numbers, merchandise sales, and social engagement all surged alongside Clark's arrival. Indiana Fever games averaged around 1.2 million viewers on national broadcasts. The next closest team, the Las Vegas Aces, averaged roughly 620,000. That isn't a small difference. It's nearly double. The other side consists of longtime supporters who watched Diana Taurasi dominate, celebrated Candace Parker, and supported the league long before it became trendy. To them, the Clark spotlight feels dismissive of the foundation built by earlier generations, and that sentiment deserves respect. But Cunningham isn't talking about history. She's talking about now. And right now, the numbers tell a very clear story.
That are coming back with another video, and it looked like Caitlin Clark has broken the internet yet again. Guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way up to Indy. Let's get it. Let's go. Man, I hope everybody's having a great holiday week. Man, I know I've been away the last couple of days, man, getting ready for the holidays. I kind of chill out around this time of the year. Those of you guys who kind of been following the channel for a while know around the holidays, I like to spend time with family and to kind of take it a little easy, man. But we got to talk about this. So Caitlin Clark.
The timing of Panini's Caitlin Clark release is anything but accidental. Clark has been largely out of sight for weeks. No Iowa Hawkeye appearances, no media tour, no headline chasing. By most accounts, she's back in Indianapolis training quietly, staying removed from the spotlight while the league's CBA negotiations unfold. That silence isn't accidental, it's strategic. There's growing speculation that Clark holds more leverage than any player in the WNBA right now. If she publicly backed a 2025 sit-out, owners would feel immediate pressure. If she went the other direction and said she'd play no matter what, it could weaken the union's position. Either move would dominate headlines, so staying silent is the smartest political choice, likely guided by her agents. Panini, however, isn't concerned with labor strategy. They care about demand, and they just proved something critical. Caitlin Clark can move product in December, during the WNBA's dead period, without playing a game or doing an interview. While she's absent from the spotlight, her name alone is driving sellouts, pre-orders, and investment buzz. That's not just star power, that's cultural pull. When an athlete can command attention without actively participating, it shows their influence has moved beyond the league itself.
This drop right here. So it says 2025 Panini Caitlin Clark Chronicle keepsake pre-orders. So this is something that is coming out. So Dan Patrick actually spoke about this and kind of broke it all down what this Panini thing is. And he's pretty much saying that people should buy it and not open it. Now, I don't know if I'm going to get this or not, but I just thought this was pretty darn interesting. So this is what took place on Dan Patrick.
Doug Gottlieb recently suggested that Caitlin Clark's shooting form isn't great, and Dan Patrick's crew immediately pushed back. They pointed directly to the trading card image. 2 fingers down, clean balance, perfect follow-through. But the simplest response was also the strongest. The shots go in. And that's the only argument that actually matters. This has been the recurring cycle with Caitlin Clark. An analyst with credentials identifies a supposed weakness. Her college release was too low. Taller defenders would neutralize her. WNBA physicality would overwhelm her. She wouldn't be able to run an offense at the professional level. Every one of those claims failed the moment reality stepped in. Clark finished second in MVP voting as a rookie. She shattered the single-season assist record. She took an Indiana Fever team that went 13-27 the year before and powered it into the playoffs. Those are outcomes, not opinions. So when Panini showcases her shooting form on a premium trading card, they aren't concerned with mechanical nitpicks. They're betting on results. And the results say that any theoretical flaws don't matter when she's draining logo threes and shooting 34% from deep on massive volume.
Yeah.
2 fingers down.
Yeah, when
Got to put it in.
when Doug said that her form
Yeah, not great.
needs to change her shot.
It's never going to work at the next level.
All I know is that shot's going in.
That's right.
Yep. So shout out to Dan Patrick for giving us a breakdown of this Caitlin Clark collection that has been released by Panini. So this is what is in the inside of there. It says pre-order Panini Caitlin Clark Chronicle. So as you guys can see here, it says 32 trading cards. Wow. It's Caitlin Clark in Indiana Fever All-Star Game. I believe her Time Magazine stuff is in there. Sold out at Target. Said it's sold out at Target. So this is $82.
Here's what this card collection really represents. Panini is making a long-term bet that Caitlin Clark's marketability will rise over time, not fade. They're wagering that 5 years from now, a sealed 2025 Chronicles box won't be just an $85 novelty. It will be a collector's item tied to a generational star whose legacy only grows. That's a bet they aren't making on anyone else in the WNBA. This isn't about ignoring talent. A'ja Wilson won back-to-back MVPs in 2023 and 2024 and led the Aces to consecutive championships. Statistically, she's arguably the league's best player. Yet Panini isn't producing a massive, premium A'ja Wilson collection with lifestyle photography or investment-focused packaging. Her cards aren't being marketed as long-term collector assets. Breanna Stewart has one of the strongest resumes in league history. Multiple championships, Finals MVPs, League MVPs, and the richest contract in WNBA history. Still, her cards aren't selling out, and demand doesn't match Clark's. Even Sabrina Ionescu, with the New York market, major endorsements, and crossover moments like her three-point contest against Steph Curry, doesn't command the same attention. When Panini had to choose one player to anchor a premium, superstar-level release, they chose Caitlin Clark. That decision wasn't emotional or political, it was data-driven. Search trends, engagement metrics, and collector demand all pointed to one conclusion. Caitlin Clark is the player who moves the market, and Panini followed the numbers.
It's Sophie Cunningham speaking on Caitlin Clark. Let's roll it.
And it literally pisses me off when people are like, she's not the face of the league.
Who would be?
What?
Sabrina? No.
No, there's really good, well-known people in our league. I'm not discrediting them. We have a lot of badasses in our league.
Yeah.
Hell yeah to that. I'm all for that. But when people try to argue that she's not the face of our league, or if our league would be where we're at without her, you're dumb as shit.
Yeah.
You're literally dumb as fuck. And it literally pisses me off when people are like, she's not the face of the league.
So that's Sophie Cunningham, man. Speaking about Caitlin Clark being the face of the league. I want to know you guys' thoughts down in the comment section right now. Happy holidays to everybody. Try to put out some content later today and throughout the week. Probably chill out as we get closer to Christmas, though, y'all. So might just go down to maybe 1 or 2 videos a day, if that, when it get close to Christmas. But I just want to thank you guys for one hell of a year here on the channel. I was kind of in a funk, I ain't gonna lie, because we didn't hit 100K this year. I'm not buying subscribers or views. That's not my cup of tea. But I just wanted to really hit 100K. It really bothered me that we didn't. But we gonna roll on, man. We gonna add a bunch of new stuff to the channel in 2026, and we just gonna keep the WNBA train rolling, man. But I want to know y'all thoughts down in the comment section right now. Keep them bells on.
The video creator expressed frustration about not yet reaching 100,000 subscribers, emphasizing that his growth is entirely organic. He isn't buying views or followers. Every subscriber represents a genuine choice by viewers interested in WNBA content. And the reason his channel even grew this year is simple. Caitlin Clark gave him something that casual sports fans actually cared about. That's the reality for content creators focused on the league right now. The algorithm rewards Clark-related content because viewers click, watch all the way through, and actively engage in the comments. Videos featuring other players simply don't perform the same way. This isn't a conspiracy. It isn't media bias. It's audience behavior reflecting authentic interest. For the league, this dynamic presents a complex challenge. On one hand, her star power drives unprecedented attention. On the other, it's risky for the league's identity to revolve around a single player, especially a white athlete in a league that is roughly 70% black. That tension is real, and it's not going away. Sophie Cunningham has been very clear. Denying the reality doesn't help anyone. Pretending Caitlin Clark isn't the primary driver of the WNBA's current mainstream relevance doesn't elevate other players. It only distorts the conversation. And dishonest conversations never lead to productive solutions. The question isn't whether Clark is the face of the league. The Panini trading card collection proves that definitively. It's not just about her being the focal point of fan attention. It's about what the league does with that reality. Can the WNBA build a sustainable model that uses her star power to elevate other players? Can they develop compelling storylines and rivalries that give fans reasons to tune in even when Clark isn't playing? Can they design marketing strategies that highlight her unique appeal while also showcasing the depth of talent across the league? If the league fails to answer these questions, the consequences are significant. Caitlin Clark will eventually retire, maybe 10 years from now, maybe 15. And if the WNBA hasn't cultivated a fan base that cares about the league beyond one player, all the momentum generated today could evaporate. Television ratings could return to previous lows, arena attendance could decline, merchandise sales could drop, and the next generation of players would inherit a league that had a moment in the spotlight but lacked the infrastructure to sustain it. The stakes are clear. It's not about whether Sophie Cunningham is right when she says Clark is the face of the league. She obviously is. The evidence is everywhere. The Panini collection sold out. Target inventory disappeared in hours. The Dan Patrick Show dedicated a segment to the trading cards. What matters now is whether WNBA leadership, the players' union, team owners, and media partners can have honest conversations about leveraging this moment into long-term growth. Those conversations intersect with the ongoing CBA negotiations. Players are pushing for higher salaries, better travel conditions, improved maternity benefits, and a larger share of league revenue. These are legitimate demands, backed by the fact that league revenue is growing. But much of that growth is directly tied to Clark's impact on television ratings and attendance. How, then, do you structure a deal that fairly compensates all players while acknowledging that market value isn't distributed equally? Expansion plans also tie into this discussion. The WNBA is adding teams in San Francisco and Toronto, with more cities under consideration. Expansion teams will draft players from existing rosters. But will fans in these new markets attend games if Caitlin Clark isn't playing? Will they buy jerseys or merchandise for players they don't yet know? Or must the league ensure that each new market gets at least a few high-profile games featuring the players who actually drive ticket sales? Media rights negotiations are similarly impacted. The current television contract expires after the 2025 season. New deals are being discussed at values significantly higher than before, but networks are betting on continued growth in viewership. If Clark were to get injured or fan interest in her declines for any reason, those projections could collapse. The league must demonstrate it can maintain audience engagement beyond a single player's individual appeal. That's why the $85 trading card collection is more than just a merchandising success. It's evidence of the current state of the WNBA. Caitlin Clark is undeniably the face of the league. Sophie Cunningham was correct all along, and anyone claiming otherwise is ignoring reality. But now, the WNBA's challenge is to build something sustainable around this reality. Can they leverage her influence without relying entirely on her presence to maintain momentum? Or will this become a cautionary tale about putting all your eggs in one basket? The Panini collection itself is a safe bet for collectors. It will almost certainly increase in value over time. Whether the league as a whole grows in the next 5 years depends entirely on the decisions being made today. During CBA negotiations, in expansion planning, and in media rights discussions. These decisions must be grounded in honest assessments of what is driving the league's current success. Clark's impact cannot be understated. Her influence affects revenue, attendance, engagement, and the league's public profile. In short, the WNBA is at a crossroads. Clark's star power is real, measurable, and undeniable. The Panini collection, sold-out inventory, and mainstream media coverage are all proof of that. The league now has a choice. Either use this unique moment to build a strong, sustainable foundation for long-term growth, or risk losing everything when Clark eventually retires. The next steps taken by leadership, players, and media partners will determine whether the WNBA can transform temporary hype into lasting success, or whether it remains a league dependent on a single superstar. The stakes couldn't be higher, and the window to act is right now.